Hi, class. So for the past week, we've been reading the book The Giver by Lois Lowry, and I know it's been an awesome reading experience for all of you, but a couple of you have come to me after class and told me that there is a lot of difficult words that you don't understand in the chapters. And so today, we're going to learn about how to use context clues to help you with your reading, to understand words that you might not know when you are reading a chapter. And I know all of you are avid readers, but there's always new opportunities to increase our vocabulary, and nobody knows every single word, so we all have to use context clues to help us when reading. The great thing about words and reading is that the meaning of words do not exist by themselves, usually. Although every single word does have its own definition, the meaning of every single word is connected to the meaning of other words in the sentence to complete a whole thought. So we can actually use this idea and look at the connections between the words to help us solve the meaning of words we do not know. And this is called using context clues, the words around the words you don't know, to help you find the definition of the unknown word. So to give you a better understanding of what I mean, I'm going to pass out a handout, and we're going to practice using context clues. Yeah. Okay. So can someone read the very first sentence on the handout under practice? Yes, Alice.
The cowboy drew a gun.
Okay. The cowboy drew a gun. And what do you imagine or visualize when you read the sentence? In other words, what does the sentence mean to you?
I see a cowboy pulling out his gun for like a shootout.
Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of like a Western style, like shootout with a gun. And can someone read the second sentence under that? Yes, Cassie.
The cowboy drew a gun with his brand new pencil.
Yeah, and what does this sentence mean to you?
Sounds like the cowboy is using a pencil to like sketch a picture of a gun.
Exactly. So we added those two words at the very end of the sentence with his brand new pencil, and it changed the meaning of one word. What word changed meaning between the two sentences? Drew, yes, because we were able to use the meaning of the last part of the sentence to help us determine what the word drew means, because drew, in fact, is a homonym. It can have multiple meanings. So this is just to demonstrate that the meaning of every single word in a sentence is connected to the other meanings of the other words in the sentence. And we can actually use this to our advantage, because if we understand certain words in a sentence, we can work backwards from that to figure out the words that we do not know. And, okay, so after that, I have a couple of lines of text from The Giver that I put in bold. Can someone read this excerpt, and we're going to practice using context clues to help us solve unknown words. Yes?
You will be faced now with pain of a magnitude that none of us here can comprehend because it is beyond our experience. The receiver himself was not able to describe it, only to remind us that you would be faced with it, that you would need immense courage.
Thank you, Tuan. And if you looked at the paragraph, there were two words that I underlined, magnitude and immense. So first we're going to start off with the word magnitude. It's kind of difficult. Not everyone might know what it means. But the first step in using context clues successfully is to find keywords in the sentence that you do understand that could help you in figuring out the unknown word. So these words, just a quick little hint, are usually words that give the sentence its meaning and are usually not common words that you would encounter, such as and or the. So what would be one or two words in the first sentence that could be useful? Yes, Jane.
I see the word that's immediately before it, pain.
Pain.
And
okay.
Also beyond our experience of beyond and pain.
Beyond and pain. Okay. So the second step in using context clues successfully is to produce a possible meaning for the word magnitude using those other keywords you highlighted. So what do you think a definition of magnitude would be based on beyond and pain?
Like a lot, like a great amount, I would say.
A great amount, exactly. And the third step in using context clues successfully is to substitute the possible meaning that you came up with, that you produced, into the sentence. So can someone read the sentence with Jane's new definition, a great amount, instead of magnitude? Yeah, Jane, you can read it yourself, yeah.
You'll be faced now with pain of a great amount that none of us here can comprehend because it is beyond our experience.
Yes, exactly. And that is actually the precise definition of magnitude, a great amount. And you were able to come up with that based on the words beyond and pain to show you that magnitude means a great amount. And we're going to try with the second sentence as well. Can someone refresh our memory with the second sentence by reading it out loud? Yes, Cassie.
The receiver himself was not able to describe it, only to remind us that you would be faced with it, that you would need immense courage.
Okay, so remember our 3 steps. Find the key words, produce a possible meaning, and substitute that possible meaning into the sentence. So can someone find the key words in the second sentence or in the first sentence, since we've gone over the first sentence, that could help you with figuring out the meaning of immense? Yes, Alice.
The magnitude, the pain of a really large amount, like Jane said before, seems to indicate to me that you would need a lot of courage to face that great amount of pain. So I think immense means like a lot, or yeah, a lot.
Okay, a lot. Yes, exactly. It actually has a very similar, but not exact meaning to magnitude. They're very similar. So you would need a lot of courage to face, yes, a pain of a great magnitude, for example. And can you substitute the meaning you came up with into the sentence?
Sure. The receiver was not able to describe it, only to remind us that you would be faced with it, that you would need a lot of courage.
Exactly. Perfect. So it looks like you guys have a general idea of context clues, but it doesn't hurt to practice. So for your homework, I want you to complete the rest of the handout. There are a couple of context clues problems that are very similar to what we just did in class. You have highlighted words, underlined words, and you just have to use the keywords that you do know in the sentence to help you unlock those unknown words. And then also to continue reading The Giver, Chapter 9. Okay, does that sound okay? Awesome. So remember the 3 steps. We have to find the keywords, produce a possible meaning, and substitute that possible meaning into the sentence to see if it works. Okay? All right, thank you guys for a great class.